Hi, Ali from Ali's Inky Fingers here again. Today I'm going to do something that's been requested quite a few times since I did the Bags of Borders show with Millie May on it, and it's the masking technique. It is a very good technique to learn how to do, as it means that you get a lot more out of your stamps. So this is more or less the card we're going to do, because I'm going to show you that on the Millie May set, which is this one we've got here, you're getting a lot of different props, so to speak, for Millie to sit on. So you've got Millie here, but she's got a fence, she's got a little stool, she's got the books, the chair, the swing, and then you've got some little flowers and butterflies that you can make up into like little scenes, but you've also got some lovely little sentiments on there. So it is a very versatile set to use. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a card like this, but showing you lots of different ways that you can do it. So first of all, the stuff we're going to use is called Magifilm, and it comes in a pack like this. You get 10 sheets in a pack, and we're going to stamp Millie on here with Stays On. You need to use Stays On because it's a non-porous surface, and then you need to cut it out, and this is what you get. So we can use this over and over again, and I always store it with my stamps so I'm ready to go. So let's get going. I've got a blank piece of card here. So if we were using the fence, which we're going to use now, you need to try and think about where you wanted it to be. So that would reflect in where you stamp your Millie. We're going to use we're going to use Memento because we're going to colour with alcohol pens. I'm using the Spectrum Noirs. I do find you've got a lovely colour range in these. So stamp with Memento, and we're going to position Millie round about centre on there. We're going to take the mask, and the beauty of this is it's see-through, so you can position it exactly over the top. Obviously you can do it with a post-it note, but with post-it notes you're only going to get 1 or 2 impressions from it, which means that you're going to be forever cutting out and stamping new masks. Whereas with this, you're always ready to go, and it just makes it that little bit easier. So I've inked up the fence, and you're going to position it so that it looks like she's sat with her hands just over the fence. Take that off, and then when you take the mask off, you will see, take it off carefully so you don't tear it, that Millie is now sat on top of the fence. So from here, obviously I'm not going to do all the colouring in, but I will just do a little bit on her face. So I'm just going to show you how these pens work. The alcohol pens are really the only thing I know of that you'll get a true skin-like colour. We're going to take a bit darker and just shade under her hair, under her chin. And then we're going to take a darker tone and do some cheeks. So then when you take the first one, laying pen tops, go all over, and that blends all those colours in. So I've got quite a few that I've stamped just to show you the different props that you've got. So this is the books, this is the swing, and this is the stool. I'm going to use the swing one and build a scene around that, and for that I'm actually using the Essential Fairies set, because on there you've got the grass and you've got the tree branch, which can make anything really around your projects. So we're going to use Memento, ink up the little branch, and we're going to start to stamp it from the side so it looks like the tree is holding the swing up. We're also going to use some of the wonderful Pro markers. Now, I like to use the VersaFine Olympia Green because I find it's a true colour for doing foliage. And this is another one of our little pound stamps. These two come together. This is the little leaves, which we're going to ink up with the VersaFine. I'm going to stamp and then re-stamp without re-inking. Just keep doing this and you'll find that you get a true lifelike tree. Doesn't matter if each one's not a perfect leaf, that's what you want. Nature isn't perfect. Just randomly stamping, going all the way around, and you can see now it's coming to life and you're getting different shades of the green in there. We're going to take the tiny one, do exactly the same, inking, stamping without re-inking on the second one so that you get a variation of colour. And I think you'll agree that you do get a nice lifelike tree by doing this. Now bear in mind these are greens. If you wanted to do autumn colours, get some yellows and rust colours and reds and you'd get a lovely autumn scene as well. Right, so we've got this like this. I'm just going to give it a quick wipe and we're going to use the not the Pro Markers, what am I talking about? We're going to use the Pan Pastels. So on here I've just got three colours. I've got a green, I've got a turquoise and I've got a dark blue. I'm going to start by using the green, just get rid of a bit of the excess. I'll just use this just to hold, and we're just going to start at the base, putting a little bit of the green. So instantly you can see you're building up your background. We're going to take the turquoise, so wipe off the excess, and you don't want to go right into the centre because you do want to be able to see Millie. So you're just going around the edge there and then just a touch with the darker one just on the very edge. You can build up your scenes really quickly with these. So that's the Pan Pastels on there. Now we want to add a bit of grass, so we're going to use the Versamark with the grass from the Essential Fairies. I'm just stamping these at the base. So, take the green again, don't add any more pastel, just use what's on your sponge, and there you've got your lovely little grass. So what we're going to do now is we're going to use these two Versa colours. We've got violet and indigo, and on Millie's set we've got the flower and the butterfly. So I'm just going to swap those over because those are a little bit large to use for blocks. I'm going to take the butterfly. I always have a bit of scrap card when I'm stamping just to test that I'm getting the colour I want, which I quite like that. So I'm going to stamp the butterfly at the side of Millie. Another one of our pound stamps is the little butterfly trail. So I'm going to use the Versamark and stamp the butterfly trail just under where the butterfly is. Take the turquoise Pan Pastel and just rub over the top, and that just gives you a faint line for the butterfly. And now we're going to take the little flower and stamp some flowers. Start with the paler one, which is the violet, and just randomly stamp the little flowers, and you've instantly made your own scene for Millie to be in. Then take the darker one, stamp a few of the darker ones in there, and just to finish off, I always like to have a bit of glitter. I'm using a quickie glue pen because this time I only want small amounts of glitter rather than quite a lot that I use with the glossy accents on the fairies. This time I just want it fine, so I'm just going to put dots along the trail and then a few dots into the centres of these flowers, and then add a bit of the chameleon glitter that I like to use. Tap off the excess, and you can see there when you mount it onto a different colour background, that brings out the colour of the flowers on there, and that's how you do your masking. I will just do a quick recap of the card as it's made up. And as you can see, we've just added a ribbon border with one of those fancy little embellishments. That is on the set as well, they're especially for you. Some flowers at the top, and you've got a beautiful little card.